thank you for clicking on the video. It's Power Rangers Super Mega Force versus Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. Warning, this video is full of spoilers. Thank you and enjoy the show. Oh yeah.
Hello, Rangers. And we are two teenagers with attitude. I am easily pleased 23. And I brought a buddy here who has watched the Japanese Power Rangers, and we have I decided, since my dislike for Super Mega Force is super mega powerful, why not just talk about what the difference is between, well, how the Americans spun off the Japanese version, just like how we have to go and pretty much destroy everything, right? Either way, okay, so let's just jump right into it then. Super Mega Force. Well, and for the people who don't know, Super Mega Force is a combination of two Japanese series, the Angel one and the Pirate one. So that's how we call them. But then you can't call them angels because there's the whole religious thing in America. So either way, they start off with the Gokaiger powers and our 5 original Rangers. That's their original powers. And then their backstory, they're just 5 teenagers with attitude. And Gosei, the Zordon of, well, he's actually, according to their story, he's Zordon's apprentice, something like that. So and then he is now the protector of Earth because Zordon turned into mystical thing that turned everybody into goodness.
The main question is, where was he during the rest?
Sleeping. Obviously, he was sleeping, which pissed me off because he's just like, oh, I'm awake now. It's like this little CG robot. I'm like, damn it, this is a chance for Alpha. Nope.
Alpha's gone.
I wish they could have rebuilt one. Either way, the American side starts out with them. We need 5 teenagers with attitude because this is the 20th anniversary and we have to start the way we did 20 years ago. So we get the 5, and then the funny thing is, in the 5, when they show like these little computers and they're like picking like that are color coordinated for the Ranger, the guys, the Black Ranger and stuff. And then it showed the black dude, Noah, he was going to be the Red Ranger. All of a sudden it said, nah, screw that. And it made Troy the Red Ranger. I was like, oh, that's Jack. That hurt. They almost made me a little pissed off. So that's how they were chosen to get their powers. So how were the Gokaiger guys, well, how did they get theirs?
Oh, the thing is, in Gokaiger, they started off the legendary war in the beginning.
Yeah.
The Rangers all teamed up and they basically fought. What they call the enemies in America? I forgot what they call them.
I just called them like robot people or aliens.
Anyway, they fought them. Then they were forced to use their powers and basically scattered throughout the universe.
And their treasures.
Yeah, their treasures.
Yeah.
Gokaigers, they're pirates, and they went out and searched for Egypt.
And they're space aliens.
Yeah. They went out to search for Ranger keys.
Ranger keys give you powers to unlock the others.
And then they ended up here on Earth.
And then their 5 original Rangers are aliens from outer space, from different planets.
They're technically considered aliens because they're not from Earth.
They're not from Earth. And then in America, they are teenagers from here, obviously. And then, but the sad thing is, the first little taste of the Ranger War thing that we get is episode 1 of Mega Force, not Super Mega Force, is where Troy is like sleeping on the bus, and I was like, oh yeah, awesome war, yeah, oh shit, school, damn.
That's the thing about Super Mega Force. They focused it on the legendary war. Then Gokaiger, it was after their story takes place after the legendary.
Well, they actually used them.
Yeah. Because
the Super Mega Force, they went through the whole thing. It's like, yeah, here we go, shoving it. And then that scene they showed in Mega Force, the first episode, they used in the last episode, because that was like the big build up to it, was like, yeah, here it is. It's like, really? I waited all this time suffering through it all, and here it is. And it sucks.
Yeah,
plus
legendary war was only about like maybe 2 minutes long. So.
In Japan had way more Rangers, and then if Saban would have just been like, screw it, we could have just threw it, because they're up to their 30th anniversary for Super Sentai, and then we're up to 20, well 21 now, but we're up to 20, and that was, yeah. So then we had we have to use what we used, and then And of course they did the whole thing where it's like, remember the fire thing when it was like they showed like the using their fire finishers on the guy,
Oh yeah.
and then
yeah.
America. What did they switch out? They switched out the
Because in Gokaiger they use Gosei Red, but instead they can't use that in America because the Red Ranger is Gosei Red.
Gosei Red. He's the Tyrannosaurus Rex Ranger from the first Rocky. That's Rocky's season, right?
What? No, it wasn't Die Ranger. It was Gosei Red, so they had to switch it, so they changed it to
Oh, that's right. Cause
RPM. It was
Overdrive.
Overdrive.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Gosei is the Angel Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosei Ranger
Yeah, that's
Ranger
right.
was
And then it'd be looking weird, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't more." Or here, Troy, give me your key.
Yeah, it was really weird.
So we get 5 teenagers from Earth and 5 adults from space.
More or less, yeah.
And now let's see. Now let's talk about 6 Rangers. The American Ranger is known as Orion, and then who's the silver
In Gokaiger, the Sixth Ranger was Ikari
guy? And then now here's the big difference between them. Orion's an alien.
Guys from Earth.
Orion found his morpher and his key inside a rock on his planet.
Guy died trying to push a girl out of the way
Spoiler
of a
alert.
moving truck.
And Guy is actually a representation of Power Ranger fans.
Yeah, he's basically a Super Sentai fan.
Oh man, God, I was so proud when I saw that guy. He made me feel good because I was like, damn, he knows everything. I love it.
Yeah, basically before he came into the picture, the team really had no history of any of the Super Sentai, so
they kind of just picked forms.
Basically, they used any form they want,
and they just luckily were matched sometimes. Use
Guy,
Car Ranger, okay.
Once Guy came into the picture,
they learned their Ranger history.
They basically got more powerful because they know what to do at the point.
Yeah, before it was just Now Orion is the complete opposite, where they did the whole cliche thing of he has to fit in on Earth, so he has to learn customs and he has to learn all this, and there's weird montages and things. He actually got more character development than the other guys did, which kind of angered me because I was like, damn, what the fuck? It's like these guys over here. It's like, okay, here's Troy. Troy, the American Red Ranger. I feel sorry for the guy because he was stiff, serious. He cracked a couple jokes, but I'm serious 100%. And then whenever there was no action, he was never around. He would float away, and then he'd be like loner self. And then Noah, the Blue Ranger, and oh my God, what is the Green Ranger's name? Oh, Jake. Was that his name? Yeah, Jake. So Jake and Noah, they kind of had to carry them because they had the actual personalities. It was like, oh man. But then obviously it was a lot more better pace in Japan, where like they probably had character development episodes.
Oh yeah, Sentai they always like to have each character development.
Where they have an episode dedicated to strengthening or helping this one guy with.
Either individuals, or sometimes they'll have pairs like yellow and blue, green and pink.
Unless it's a Red Ranger and his friends, right? Then it's totally he just takes it over.
Get me started on that.
Don't worry, that's next video. We'll do that one. So, yeah, that was like the least character development because it was like these are what the characters are. That is what they are. Now, let's talk about the big draw for Super Mega Force was the whole point of we are bringing back old Rangers. That was the catch to it. Now I'm gonna talk about the whole. We'll talk about the whole what happened with the stupid mistyped letter and and forgetting to invite the Titanium Ranger.
I thought they just didn't.
They didn't. They forgot or they didn't do it. Period. It's like damn. I don't know what they did. It's like what the fuck. So the whole point for Super Mega Force was we are bringing back legends from the past. Okay, they brought back. They had. The Jungle Fury Ranger, he showed up in one episode, and he only told him like a mystical story, and then he kind of like disappeared, and then it was like, oh, okay. Then the Red Samurai Ranger, who is another really stiff piece of wood, who Samurai forever, yeah, what? Damn, dude, that doesn't get me hyped at all. So those two guys, they actually had their own episode, and then I guess they abandoned that whole thing because none of the other Rangers really came in to do anything for the story. Because right in Sentai, the older Rangers would come back and they would teach a lesson, and they would talk, and they would actually earn the powers.
Yeah.
For America, because when the Ranger keys for the teams, if you do special in Japan, when you learn special things, special lessons and things, you get the keys get special powers, and you use it on your Megazord, you get special bonus. Unless you're Karinga, which then is just one back,
The Power Ranger was just a joke.
which was awesome. I thought it was funny as hell. But America, their powers, it was like, oh, we're fighting this monster, we need help. Don't worry, guys. Remember that tiny little lesson we learned earlier. Key unlocked. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, onward so we can cheat. And that was that. So let's see. All right, what haven't we got on yet? Oh yeah, okay. We'll just jump to the final episode. Well, at least for America, the final episode really didn't make any sense to me because that was finally when the older Rangers came back. They actually showed the people, except Jungle Fury Ranger wasn't there. Red Samurai Ranger wasn't there.
Anyone that was shown in the previous episode didn't appear in the very last.
But Tommy showed up, which I was sitting there going, why? Why did it take so long? And then when he first appeared though, he came on with the White Ranger mask. Because he saved the kid from the car, and it's like, don't worry, I've come to help you. And it's like
That's one thing that America kind of did wrong, where they had Tommy play as 4 different Rangers.
And his Rangers didn't show up in the final forming thing when they all appeared. For some reason, his were always missing. So
in Super Sentai, there was this one person who played 3 separate Rangers, but he would play them as different characters. So when they met,
they could literally meet each other, and they are different.
They're different.
Yeah, Tommy is just Tommy. Which is cool with me, but it kind of does screw up the whole story because it's like, damn, we need this guy, and this guy. Too bad they're all the same guy.
When they all showed up, you see the Red Zero Ranger was missing.
Yeah, all who were
Black
Tommy
Dino
were
was
missing. All
For some reason, the Red Turbo wasn't missing.
But that's TJ. But TJ was there. But then it's like TJ got downgraded to Space Blue, and I was like, oh, what? TJ, first Black Red Ranger. I feel sorry for you, bro. Damn, you got downgraded.
So it really made no sense.
And then it was like, who showed up? It was like it was Jason Font, the red.
Oh yeah.
And all
Not to mention, at the last, while I was watching it, it was like the last one.
Oh, you mean when Astronomer showed up?
Some teams were missing.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
yeah, they were,
like where were the Alien Rangers?
Yeah,
where were SPD?
I don't know. I guess they couldn't mash them all in because damn, if you're gonna have a Power Ranger war, you need SPD because they had the most.
Yeah, it was just weird. I was like, where are the other teams at?
I don't know because that's like they had. Plus the American Ranger thing. It's kind of our army is not as massive as the Japanese army.
We would expect Japan had 10 more.
Yeah, but America could have totally fudged it and been like Rangers from different universes that we have the power to use. You know, they could have made up something to be able to use the entire army.
Yeah, they could.
Because when the American, because I watched the Japanese charge and then the American one, the Japanese one they had a fight, big old army, yeah. And then here's America. I was like, damn, that's a little one. Oh no, they're gonna get killed. And then they go through and they reuse the same footage that Japan used, and then just cut out the parts where they actually used other Rangers. You know, the ones that we don't know. So they sliced them out real quick, and they diced it, and they threw it in there. And that was a little messed up. So character-wise, like I said, they didn't really have much character development other than that's their personality. This is what they did. That's what they are.
I liked how America kind of looked around, where the 5 were from Earth, while the 6 were from space. While in Super Sentai, the 5 were from space, while the 6 were from Earth.
Yeah, but I didn't like how Orion found his morpher.
Oh,
Here's a rock. Dink! Hey, look, there's a morpher in a thing in a plastic
The
bag.
guy, he died, and the 6 Rangers basically was
For those who don't know their Ranger history, the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was also killed, right? Yeah.
But the part where
And also Eric from Time Force. He was his Ranger technically died in Japan.
and also Trent from
Dino Thunder.
Basically, those 3 were dead in Sentai.
And they were like, "Here you go, guy. Here's a free morpher. You can use our power."
That's what they did. They basically bestowed upon his power too.
Which is pretty badass. Damn. You get the Six Rangers are always my favorite because I'm sitting there going, this is the shit. It's like they're always different. And they got that cool ass power. Plus, I always want to be the Green Ranger, so I can be like, here, take my dragon shield. Yeah. What? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. We did this basic story. Oh, okay. The biggest thing that really hit me hard in Super Mega Force's ending, it was like when the Rangers, because in Japan the Rangers they use their power to destroy all the enemy ships in the air, right?
Yeah.
They flew into the sky in golden power and blew up and blew everything. Now in America, this really seemed bad because they beat everybody already. It's done. So Tommy is like, I'm sitting there with my dick all hard and shit. He's like, yeah, Tommy, talk. He's like, that was great, guys. And I want to thank you all. And may the power always protect you. He puts his helmet on. I was like, this is the shit. This is the shit. And all of a sudden, they all raise their hands and they disappear. I was like, did they die? Where'd they go? Tommy, no, don't die. No, kill them. No. Damn it. It's like, fuck. Because they kind of just like
made no sense.
they went like this and they flew into outer space. I was like, did they die?
At that time when they did that,
They destroyed ships.
Yeah,
they saved the world.
They basically destroyed the first onslaught.
Yeah,
America. They gave up their power at that point.
And America was like, all right, we're done. This is season over. We're just gonna end on this note. And they
the ending was very weak.
And it's like, did they just die? No, not TJ. No, not Tommy. No, not Tom. No.
How about we assume that they went back to their own time?
I don't even understand. Because it doesn't really. I don't know. I can sit here and harp on that shit all fucking day because I'm just kind of like that person. I don't know, man. It was. I had to suffer through that shit. That Mega Force and Super Mega Force. I just call it Mega Force. I hate the super thing. Also, the funny thing is, they go when they morph. I really don't like it when they go, all right, it's morphin' time, and then they go into Angel mode. Then they go, all right, now let's go Super Mega. And, all right, another form change. Now let's go Legendary. Now it's 3 form changes. Really? Do we really need 3? You guys could have just been like, just go Sanger or stay that one, or go straight to pirate mode and go whoop some ass. Not all right, guys. All right, Mr. Monster Person, we got this shit, but you gotta wait a minute. Watch me morph. Yeah. Because that was the thing with Samurai. Samurai had too many damn forms too.
Yep.
They also said Super Mega. That was their form too. When they put on this white robe thing.
Oh yeah, that was it was in Sentai.
It was like a power booster thing, and they put it on. Yeah, that's right. And only one person can wear it at a time.
Well, yeah, because there's only one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not like where the other ones where they all have like a SPD SWAT mode where all 5 of them get like a super thing, which is cool. But it's just the one. So that's what that is. So either way, Super Mega Force was pretty much for all the hype I thought it was gonna be, and then considering the bus came from the whole letterhead they typed out to the Rangers they wanted to return, it was like misspelled with typos and such things.
It was generic.
It was like, damn, they didn't even want to take the time and write one for each Ranger. No. We're just gonna mass email this, typos and all. Y'all want in? You gotta come. It's like, okay, so
I bet they didn't even put he or she. They just put he/she.
I wouldn't doubt it. I know damn well if I'm TJing them. Like how small a screen. TJ was there for 15 whole minutes. That was it. Not even 15, maybe 15 TV minutes. Not like for us it was like 5 seconds because he like showed up. He's like, "Don't worry, guys," and they're like pulling people out of the elevator and he's there. And then the one Pink Ranger from Lost Galaxy, I think.
When he pulled the people out of the elevators, they show the blue space or they show red turbo.
Oh fuck, I can't remember. I'd have to check. I have a feeling they showed space. I don't think they, because I think Tommy was the only one. I don't think they showed it at all. I don't know, because at that time, dude, I was like in a torture chair, forcing myself to finish this because I was like, it's almost done, and then I don't know, I'm just glad it was over. So far, Dynamo Charge though, I like it better. Because these characters actually look like they have range to them, where they're all, it's more like the retro Rangers to me, where it's like, all right, it's a little more upbeat and stuff. because they tried to do. The other thing I didn't like was they this in season 1 of Megaforce, the Silver Robot Ranger he went missing. Robo Knight, he went missing. The Sixth Ranger, and then the whole point of the second season is like we have to find Robo Knight. We have to find, and that's where Troy was off camera the whole time because he's like sulking because he can't find Robo Knight, who's a friend. And then we come to find out he's secretly captured by the robot alien who wants to turn him evil, and then he does by using Orion's life force to bring this dude back. And it's like okay, and then Robo Knight sacrifices himself to bring Orion back. Which, it's just like the entire time Troy's walking around like, we must defend our friends. Troy, you wanna tell a joke, dude? No? Alright. And what you got? No? Any new tech stuff? No? Jake, how's it going with the other? No, she cock teasing you again? Alright. Honeypot. Honeypot.
Alright, so what were we saying about Lost Galaxy? I think.
Because she was astronomer, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Because she didn't say anything that entire time. She just showed up. It was like the world got hit by all these, and then like the people are running, and the Power Rangers are saving them and stuff. That's when they're all appearing. She shows up. She's not doing anything. She's just like staring at this fire, this like barrel that's on fire because homeless people are always there's always that generic thing. So she's just there, and then she turns around, and it's like there's her mask. The CG helmet that appeared. And I go, she's a ranger? Why didn't she do anything? And then at the end, they did the whole. I think that's if you watch the
extended version.
The extended version. That's where she takes it off and she's astronomer.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And then they didn't show the extended version. When I watched, someone sitting there going, I feel cheated because I didn't see this. I was more like, where the fuck is Tommy? Talk. Because I was going into the season like, all right, we're gonna get one old school Ranger every episode or something. Put the pace off. Not okay. Here are 2. No more. Filler. That was it. I was sitting there going, what the fuck? Like,
geez, at Sentai, at least it was like at least one almost per episode.
We had 2 in 2 episodes, and then that was it. The rest was just fill in teenage problems. Here comes Orion. Orion crash lands. Orion does stuff, and then it started functioning around Orion, because it was like make the alien fit in, and then it was like all right, now the 2 girls are gonna go help fit in. Now blue, green, and red, you guys go sit over there. We don't need you. We're cool. Don't worry. And the other thing that didn't really make sense was how they because the Jake dude, he was the black Snake Ranger from Gokaiger. That was his original form, and he went from being like the power fighter, I guess, and then he goes to the green one, and then in Japan, there's always the one character who fights awkwardly or like comically,
yeah,
and then that happened to be the Green Ranger. So then the entire time, I could hear when Jake does the voiceovers for like when there's combat, and he's like, oh no, and he like falls off the thing because that was what the Green Ranger did. He's like, oh guys, I fell off, and he's like laying on his back, and he has, oh nope, just kidding, and he does a little spin thing. It's like,
I mentioned the Blue Ranger as well.
Oh, the Blue Ranger in America was well, I can call him a nerd, but I like Noah. Noah's because in the Japan version, he was a samurai. He was like really diligent.
He was like
bounty hunter. Yeah, and he was badass. Yeah. And then they actually did that scene where where he was deflecting the swords off the trees in America. That scene didn't really go over too well because it's like, okay, they did the same exact scene. Like how he was leaping through and he was like blocking them all and he even got cut. It was like, okay, they put a little ketchup on his arm. It looked like ketchup to me. It was like, okay, he cut. It's like, all right, I understand. He doesn't. And his drive was, I just don't want to be a nerd. I want to be a ranger.
What about when he fought against that one robot?
The sword one?
Yeah. What was the story behind that?
It was just, he just whooped ass. That's all the robot was. There was literally no backstory. All it was the space aliens were trying to take over Earth. Rangers are in the way. Japan, they had a backstory with the alien armada.
Yeah.
That was the reason why the Blue Ranger and the Sword alien actually fought each other, because they had a past with each other. Here it was just, I don't like you. I'm gonna kill you. That's what it became.
It made no sense. It would have made more sense if that was like Robo Knight, and if he was changed into
That
watching that.
that didn't happen till the end.
Oh yeah, see.
When he actually beat their ass. That's the Dark Robo Knight by siphoning the Silver Ranger. Well, that was a super mega win for you.
Don't ever say that word ever again.
Well, fellas, that'll take care of these two Rangers with attitude. We'll speak more. Our next thing will probably be on Red Ranger and his friends, huh, Calvin? Or Dino Charge's Japanese version.
Please don't get started.
Or maybe we will, because there's lots of cursing and stuff. So, either way, thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. What did you think of Super Mega Force? Was it a super mega win? Was it a ginormous pain in your ass like it was mine? And, I don't know, whatever else you think would be pertinent. So, thanks for listening.